There has been a huge explosion of podcasting products on the market ever since the pandemic. For good reason. When you're stuck inside, what better thing to do than to dip your toe in the content creation game and try uploading some videos or some audio content to the web. Now, most of the products that I've taken a look at in the podcasting realm on this channel tie you to a home office or home studio environment. However, the MobileMix from Mackie, which is what we're going to take a look at today, really changes the game in that regard. This is a USB battery pack powered portable mixer with pretty much every feature I would see in a standalone analog mixer in a much larger format, but condensed down, able to be powered by your favorite little battery pack that you've already got in your backpack. And it allows you to do live streaming on the go. You can upload your DJ mixes. You can podcast with your friends, of course. You can even do live audio at like a conference or in some other private function scenario. And today I'm gonna unbox this, show you everything that comes in the package, give you a demo of it in action, and then let you know whether or not I think it's worth picking up for yourself. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jordan. This is the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. As always, I appreciate you tuning in again. If you're not already, I would really appreciate you subscribing and ringing that notification bell so that you don't miss any content in the future, and liking the video so that the algorithm can get this to more people and as many viewers as possible. Enough about that though, let's dive into taking a look at the Mackie MobileMix. As I do the unboxing of the MobileMix, let me tell you my criteria, what I really want in a analog mixer or any sort of audio sound card for that matter. I want, of course, good, clean audio quality. I want low noise floor, so when I use a microphone, you don't hear a lot of electric static, electric noise. I want lots of connectivity options, whether that be wireless, whether that be 1/4-inch jacks, 3/8-inch jacks, or 3.5 millimeter, 1/8-inch jacks. I just want to be able to connect to professional audio gear, to my cell phone, to lots of different options. I also want the ability to have a couple effects. I think that can add a little bit of spice to your mix. And I want to be able to plug in different inputs, not just microphones. I want to be able to do instruments. I want to be able to do line level inputs. And so that's the kind of things that I look for example, in like a larger format analog mixer when I'm doing live audio at a private event type of situation. Now, the first thing you're going to see when you open it up is the quick start guide. This is not the manual. It's a little bit light on the instructions. If you want the full manual, you can access that on their website. They do just include the quick start guide in the box, which goes over all the ins and outs and basic operation. However, if you want to get into the nitty gritty of all the different parts, you're going to find the manual on their website. Now, the mixer itself is right here, and we're gonna get an up-close look at that in a minute. But before we do that, let's talk about the accessories that come in the box. You're going to get I'm really happy to see this, a tip ring sleeve cable. This is used for connecting to a smartphone or a tablet or some other device that has both microphone and headphone capabilities. Normal 3.5 millimeter aux cables are not the same, and Mackie includes this special smartphone cable in the box so that you can live stream and have two-way audio with your phone during your recording. Really like to see that. There's also a very small USB jumper cable that I've already installed in the bottom of this unit that allows you to hook it up to the battery pack. You'll see that in just a moment. Also, in this small box, you're going to get a USB to AC plug cable right here. So if you don't want to use it with a battery pack, you just want to use this with a connected to your standard outlet, you can do that. And it's not a USB power block. This is an actual power cable to USB-C. I really like that. And of course, if you lose this or it breaks or something like that, you can just use another USB-C cable, which is really great. So that's what comes in the package. Now, I want to give you a more up-close look at this mixer, but just so you can see for scale right here, here it is in my hand. I've got the battery in it, and even with that, it's pretty lightweight and easy to transport. It's got little handles on the side, little grooves right here, as well as a tray on the top if you want to put your smartphone in it for streaming right from here, or just your iPad here to do some audio reproduction while you're mixing on the board. Now, on the bottom, you've got some rubber feet right here, as well as the battery pack section. Let me zoom the camera in. I'm going to put it overhead. I will walk you through all of the ins and outs, the knobs, show you this up close, and then we'll do an audio test. All right, so here's a top-down view of the MobileMix, and you can see I've got a few things hooked up to it. I've got a microphone right here. I've got a recording output to the Tascam over there, and I've got a pair of headphones. What you'll notice is absent, though, is a power cord. We have no power cord in. Now, before I walk you through this, I would prefer that you guys get to hear the audio directly out of the mixer. So I'm going to switch it over to the line output to the Tascam in 3, 2, 1. And now you're hearing the audio directly out of the MobileMix into the Tascam recorder. This is just through one of Mackie's dynamic podcasting microphones that I've got on the stand right here. So before we talk about inputs and outputs, let's go through the layout of the mixer. Like I mentioned, here's that tray up close that you can set your device in. We've got 2 combo XLR 1/4 inch inputs right here on the back, as well as line in jacks right here, line in 3 and line in 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You've also got this input right here, which is your aux cable, your 3.5 millimeter or 1/8 inch jack as well. And then we've got 2 outputs right here. These can be used for headphones if you are just using the main outs to go to a sound system, or these can be to devices. So you can use these to stream to someone's phone, someone's tablet, someone's PC, etc. Now the main outputs right here, those are most of the time going to go to a pair of powered speakers or your studio monitors, however you want to do it. But really there's just so many ins and outs. You can kind of configure this how you want. Your power button right there, and that is where our power cord would go if we were using this in a wired scenario. However, I have my battery pack in the bottom. So if I flip this all the way around, I have to kind of navigate these cables and unlatch this. You can see my battery pack in the bottom of the unit right here. Now, these are just extra little foam pads they give you, so you can kind of like pick your battery pack you like and then stick these on to kind of keep it locked in place. Mine doesn't even move around very much, and I didn't bother to stick these on yet, just so I had some flexibility. And then here's that jumper cable I mentioned earlier. They include this. You just connect it to the battery pack and then into this little jack right here, and that will power the unit. So right now this is running without any AC power, which is really, really awesome. Now, there's just kind of the rest of the layout of the mixer. It looks great, but enough about the construction. Let's talk about all of the features. I have got a microphone plugged into channel 1 right here, and each of these channels at the top is going to have its own gain knob. You're going to get up to, let me move my mic to the side here, 30 dB of gain for the line, and then the mic is going to give you up to 50 dB of gain. It's got Mackie's nice noise-free preamps, not a lot of noise floor, or any that I can hear in my headphones right now, and it sounds great. Now, channels 1 and 2 can each have the low end rolled off, so you can click this and roll off the low end so you don't get a lot of boominess or table noise. That really helps reduce that. And then the other button is your instrument switch. So this kind of converts it to a high Z. If you want to plug in a guitar or another instrument without using a DI box, this is the button for you. So if you are a solo musician and you're just doing some vocals and a guitar and you want to play to a live sound system and also upload it to your YouTube or your Instagram at the same time, you can do that with this mixer. So cool. Now we've got 2-band EQ, high and low. You can hear me roll off the highs right here, and then we can take out the bass right here. So you've got a bit of cut -15 and 15. So you can take or add 15 dB of gain. Now down here we've got our effects, and over here we have our effects selector. So we're going to kind of cover this separately in a minute, but I've got the master effects knob up right here, and if I bring up the individual channel effects, check. This is the plate reverb, and you can kind of hear that. Now, there's not a lot of effect customization, which you'll see in just a moment, but you can adjust the wet dry, I guess, for the effects for the individual channel right there. Now, at the bottom, you've got your level control for each of the channels. So channel 1, channel 2, essentially the same. Channel 3 and channel 4 just doesn't have the instrument switch or the roll off for the low end, but does have the 2-band EQ, the effects, and your master or your level control, excuse me. Now, channel 5, 6, this controls that aux input there in the back. Again, it has gain and effects level and its own volume, but that's kind of been shifted up to this section to make room for the Bluetooth. So you've got Bluetooth audio right here if you want to stream to this device in a live audio scenario and use that audio playback option. It does not have any controls other than a volume control. Okay. Now, once we get over here, this is kind of where we get to the meat and potatoes of the different ins and outs and how flexible this is for a live streaming or podcasting scenario. So up at the top right, we've got our headphone output. This is for whoever's running the board. You know, we've got those separate ones in the back if you have multiple people podcasting, but if you have one person just monitoring, you've got your main headphone output right here with its volume control at the bottom. You could send this to like a headphone distributor or like headphone amplifier if you want to split it up to more people. Now, this is the Mix 1 and the Mix 2 level. Again, use these for headphones or use these for live streaming devices, whatever you prefer. Now, right below the headphone is another aux jack. This is your 3.5 millimeter tip ring sleeve. This is that cable Mackie includes for smartphones, and this allows you to send two-way audio back and forth between your live streaming device. And this button right here is your pad. So if you're just using this as a regular line level input, you keep it up. If you're using it with your smartphone, you click it down, and that will attenuate the output level so that it's appropriate volume for your device. That's a big problem if you've ever just plugged a mixer directly into your phone. It's way too loud and it distorts. This will attenuate it down so that it's an appropriate level. Really, really awesome to see this. Now, below the Mix 1 and Mix 2 levels, we have the level of this channel right here. So you can adjust the volume of that. This is called your primary. You can adjust the level of your primary. And then here we have the blend knob. So what the blend knob does is once you've set your level of your primary, the blend will adjust the mix of the primary and the other 8 channels of the mixer. So this can kind of be your main playback if you're looping back audio from your device, and you can bring in more and more of that with this knob right here, or you can just have it all the way to the left and only have the audio from the analog inputs here on the mixer. Okay. Now we've got a 48 volt phantom power if you're using condenser microphones. I'm not today, but you can turn that on. You can see our power indicator and our level meters right here. Okay, now with just the one mic, I'm not really peaking the meters too much. I'm kind of just at the very bottom of the signal, but my audio is still very clear. Now, last but not least, we have the FX section with our master FX level knob right here and our selection button. We've got 3 built-in effects. Let me show you those right now. I'm going to bring up the level, check on this microphone. So that's the plate reverb, check. That's the plate reverb. We can click that one more time. Hello, this is the hall reverb. You can hear there's a lot more space there. And then we've got a reverb and delay combo. Check 1, 2, check 1, 2. We can really crank up that FX level. Check 1, 2, and then bring it down so it's a little more subtle. The plate I think is my favorite. If I was using this for any live vocals or anything like that, that's probably what I would use. And last but not least, we have our master output control level. This goes to the main outs. And then again, these are your levels for the Mix 1 and the Mix 2. All in all, it's just got everything that I would want, and there's so much flexibility. Use these for headphones. Use these for multiple live streaming devices. Live stream out of this input. Live stream out of the main outputs. You really can do it in whichever configuration you want, and that's what I absolutely love about the MobileMix. So there you go. That is the Mackie MobileMix. This is hands down my favorite portable podcasting and live streaming solution by far. It's got all of the effects and the features that I would want. You've got instrument level inputs. You've got a pad so that you can send the audio directly to your smartphone without needing any sort of conversion cable or anything like that. You've got multiple outputs, so if you and another content creator are both live streaming, you can send individual mixes to each person's device. Love that. You've got, of course, meters, which are nice, good preamp so that your microphones are clean, and you can even mix the audio from your device you're streaming on with the inputs from here and have multiple combined inputs coming in from different sources all at once. Really, really great product. Of course, built like a tank. That's what Mackie's known for. It just runs flawlessly. It sounds great. Hopefully you could hear that through the audio, and I can't recommend it enough. If you want to pick one of these up or just read more about it, I'll include a link down in the description. You can go read about it there, buy if you want. It helps support the channel. If not, I would just appreciate you subscribing and ringing that notification bell so that you don't miss any content coming in the future. That's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.